You may fire when ready.
Mentioned a few times, the focus of this room is the Rebel base. I've also mentioned trying to get my garage back in order. So a couple days ago, after putting up that wide shelf there, I basically brought all of my vehicles from the garage, and they're staged here. And I'm hoping to hit the hardware store today. And the plan is to go, as I said before, up towards the top of that left-hand bookcase with some more shelves. So you'll see I've got all of my Rebel fighters, but I've also got all my Imperial, and those are just sitting there waiting for their home. I used to have a bunch of ships hanging by fishing line on my ceiling. I took them all down just in the process of clearing things out to hopefully not knock them around when we're moving, bookcases and stuff like that. The problem with putting stuff up on the ceiling is they're harder to reach. And when I started taking these ships down, it was just like there is dust and just schmutz that accumulates on it. So part of the reason I want to expand the Rebel base so big is to get more of those ships closer at hand. So if I do want to dust or clean, I can do that easily. I don't have any type of home for the Imperial ships, so those will have to go back up on the ceiling. So that is the bones of the new Rebel base. Holy crap, I'm so excited. I can't believe it. So we're going to see how many Rebel fighters I can fit on this thing. Whatever I can't fit will go back on the ceiling, but anything to have less ships than I had before. So I mentioned previously, these are all existing dioramas that I had that I didn't want to get rid of because I just really liked them. The biggest difference for me is I've now gone from these completely randomly shaped and randomly sized to uniform shelving. So at the end of the day, this thing's going to look way more complete than it ever did. So I'm going to start getting some ships on it. And a question or two that I have to figure out is, so I hit the maximum height, and this is going to be kind of the fun part. So I'm 6'1", and well, if you can kind of tell your line of sight, I can just see over top of that. And you might be like, well, if you can't see it, what's the point? And I'm trying to get toys on shelves. So sacrificed a bit of that. It's easily solved with the stool that I keep in here anyway. So that becomes the top. And I got to decide what to do between there and the ceiling. The old setup is one of those IKEA, those really narrow shelves. And I may either keep that or take it down, because when I came back from the hardware store, I bought a couple of 4x8 sheets. So I actually have another shelf cut, but it's not going to fit. It's not going to be useful to me, I don't think. But there were some thinner pieces left over. So I may actually put what will become a shelf straight across that top for, smaller things, pictures, Funko Pops, that sort of thing. But the other thing I'm going to do, of course, when the weather's warmer, is I'll take these shelves off, I'll unscrew them, take them outside, and actually paint them gray so they blend in with everything else. I'm not just going to keep them wood grain.